Hi Audi, this is Susie Lander. I'm from the state of Arkansas. I enjoyed watching your video. I want to tell you that I was so glad that you learned all the information that you did. My experience was actually very different. I'm from the state of Arkansas, and as I read through our rules and regulations, which this is not my first time to have to read through our rules and regulations. I've done it for multiple assignments from a class that I just finished, and I've read through them for this class for other things. And there is actually nothing in Arkansas's rules and regulations that talk about the informed consent. They do give a link to the ACA Code of Ethics, which, obviously we know talks about informed consent, but otherwise there's nothing in there mentioned about it. And so I really kind of struggled through that, figuring out what that looks like for me and counseling in the state of Arkansas. And so I liked that North Carolina gave so many guidelines for you. There were a lot of things that I learned from you that I felt like were very important to be included in a informed consent form. I liked that it had you list your qualifications and that it had you list where you had gotten your degree from and your highest level of education, that it had you tell your counseling experience and how many years you had been counseling. Obviously some other things that I feel are important, which are also consistent with things that are listed in our ACA Code of Ethics, is session fees and then confidentiality and exceptions. And I think those are two things which are really, really important to mention. Many of us are doing a video this week on confidentiality, and so that's just on my brain. And then also the exceptions of confidentiality. I think that's important for us to discuss ahead of time and for people, future clients and current clients, to read about and to know that there are exceptions to confidentiality in the case of current abuse or disclosure of abuse of a child or an elderly or those types of things. But I really enjoyed what you shared, and I'm really hoping that I can come across that type of information, maybe from a different website, or maybe I'm going to take your advice in the way that you did it and try and research counseling places here in Arkansas that maybe have consent forms and kind of compare those and see what type of information they ask for and see if maybe that can link me back to somewhere that I can find that information. So thank you so much, and thanks for the help. Bye.